Hi guys, welcome to a quick fit minute here on a moderately nice day. I want to say it was not even cloudy an hour ago, but who knows? Clouds come in fast. Not like we didn't get snow the other day where I am. I'm in the Northeast, or what's known as the Merrimack Valley. So it was pretty nice out earlier, but unfortunately when I opened the weather this morning, it was 41 degrees. This is not a normal, typical, I'm sorry, I apologize as I say this. This is not a normal, typical May, but again, as a person that lives here and is from here, if you don't like the weather in New England, wait 5 minutes. Because on Tuesday, it could be 70, and on Saturday, it could be snowing in May. I talked before about the fact that I got 18 inches of snow on my 21st birthday. I'm born on April Fool's Day, so nobody ever played a joke on me before until Mother Nature. So I'm going to try to be quick today because I have miles to go before I sleep, that's for sure. So today I was doing a lot of thinking because yesterday was Mother's Day and I had the best, worst Mother's Day ever. It was a really nice Mother's Day. I get to see my son, who I feel like is slowly transitioning from a hobbit to a man. His father looks like the character Faramir from Lord of the Rings. A little bit, not anymore. He looks more like a dwarf. My co-parent used to look like Faramir, now he looks like Gimli. My son used to be like Pippin, and now he's turning into Faramir. I apologize, I'm the nerdiest person ever. I'm like one step below Stephen Colbert. No, I haven't read The Silmarillion, so just take a break. No, I like for Mother's Day for myself, I bought the entire extended edition of Lord of the Rings on iTunes because I love that. Like, oh my god. I feel like there's nothing better than that. And I love to watch it like once a quarter because it's so good. It's like multitudes of movies in one. It's wonderful. Great story, too. My favorite was recently somebody said, like, wow, if the Eagles picked them up after they threw the ring in the Mountain of Fire, where were they? Why didn't they take them there in the first place? Throw it in there, we were done. Nope. But that's how life is. So today, actually, I'm going to talk about two separate things I experienced yesterday on Mother's Day. One that makes me a better mother. Because really, in my mothering journey, I'm driving blind. I don't have a good example of how to be a mother. I don't know how to be a mother from my own experience. And a lot of the mothers around me growing up weren't examples of how to be mothers. So I know some mothers right now that are extraordinary women. A couple that are not mothers yet, just about to be mothers. Some people who are about to be mothers again for the second time. She's one of my most favorite people in the world. A couple of mothers who are incredible mothers themselves, and then some people who are nanas, grandmoms. So I really want to do the best I can as a mom, and I have a challenging family situation. That's all that is. So yesterday I made a choice that I was going to exercise. And as I've talked about before, I have trauma and I have also the makeup of like Myrtle, the giant sea turtle who swims around at the aquarium in Boston. I've talked a couple times about the fact that I have extreme fatigue most of the time. Right now, whatever time it is, 11:30, I've had two energy drinks. Because I'm so tired all the time. Am I complaining? No. So anybody wants to talk about my overabundance of energy, I'm so tired. I don't know. And you know what? There came a point in my life where I had to say, you know what? I have to manage this. That's the thing with conditions and illnesses or otherwise. It's not like you learn that you're going to live or die. It's you learn that you're going to have a new life and you have to manage things. It's about management. It's not about like, curing, and it's not about dying. Because there's a multitude of stories of people who find out they have a terminal illness and they, like, what did Tim McGraw say? Live like you're dying? Yeah. The worst time to find out you want to live your best life is when you find out you're not going to have much life left. That's a thing. So, Mother's Day for me was all about, I was going to see my son, so I worked out, I exercised. I did harder than I normally do. I tried something new, and yeah, I'm going to be in pain. It's not a big deal. Like I've talked about before about the DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. And with my legs, it's usually 48 hours later. It's not 24, it's 48 hours later. So tomorrow I'm going to be hurting. And without getting into detail, I'm a woman. So that's a thing. Some things arrive on time. Some things are early. So, that's one of those things in life that is used against us to excuse away how we are. But we're given no empathy whatsoever. How do you use something against me you're not going to use understanding about? That's a condition. I got to manage that. I have a huge aspect of my life that's affected by that because of something else. And I have to manage it. And I don't get empathy. I remember hearing one time that there was a link between women that were diagnosed with a mood disorder and having a condition called PCOS. There was a link that women with PCOS sometimes would be misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder. I don't know, just words I heard. So like I said, I'm a very slow person. So it took me a long time to exercise. And they were coming to visit me at 3 o'clock, which could mean 3, or it could mean 6. I never know. There was no structure. There was no plan. There was no asking what I wanted to do. It was Mother's Day. And I'm not that way. I'm usually the concierge, the travel agent, the one who organizes everything. It's very hard in this world, though, because we can't just buy tickets to a something and go to a place and sit down. We have to make do with what we have. So my son and I were like meandering around when they got here relatively on time. We went to a wake in the beginning of March with family friends that we have known for 20 years. We've known these people for 20 years. Actually, I lied. I've known them for 20 years. My co-parent has known this family his whole life, I think. One of the patriarchs related to this family is a large figure in the city he grew up in. It was like mayor of the city he grew up in. This is not a big deal. I'm not like he knows the mayor. No, that's not what that means. That just means this guy married us. You know what I mean? We went to a wake of a family connected to the man that married us in Cambridge when I was 27. So we went to this thing, and the wake started at 4, and I had a challenge getting there. I was taking the T, and I was in Cambridge, and he showed up at 5:30. I was mortified. I was like, oh my God. And I had to figure out what was going on, which yesterday he was on time, but because he was on time, it kind of threw stuff off, and we were kind of putzing around a little bit. And I haven't seen my son since March. So I was kind of in that space of oh my God, I love you. I want to see you and spend time with you. This is a long walk down a show up here. This story doesn't mean anything. But I hadn't seen my son since the last weekend of March. And I was so happy that I got to see him, and I was so glad. And the reason I didn't see him was that we had made a decision as parents that we weren't going to have my son see any other adults besides his grandparents who he lives with. He lives with 2 elderly people. And the first person he was going to see would be me. So I'm cool. Awesome. But they were doing that I don't know what I want to do. I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know why anyone does that. That's the most annoying thing in the world. If I ask you what you want to do and you ask me what I want to do, I'm going to be I'm out of here. Don't waste my time. And I was with my son, so I couldn't make a graceful exit and go and listen to music as I go walk or whatever. Because there's nothing worse for a person like me than being put in a position I can't leave and go self-soothe. That's why most of us with trauma struggle, because we're not allowed to self-soothe. You put me in a traumatic situation, I gotta self-soothe right away. If I don't get a chance to take space and go take care of myself, it's awful. It's like I'm on fire. And there's nobody to put it out. It's awful. I did take a chance to like take space. And when I took space, they disturbed my space. I'm going to the bathroom. They called me 3 times when I was in the bathroom. I'm like, what are you doing? And before they left, I learned that, they were so late because they went out to a brunch with people they weren't related to. And I was like, oh my God. So like, I felt really sad because my whole day was like, I don't know, it was weird. But I like thought about it and I was like, you know what? That's it. Like if I'm going to be healthy, if I want to be strong, healthy, vital, if I really want optimal health is all of the components of good health together. Like you can't have one without the other. Like you can't do drugs that damage your body and be healthy. Like it doesn't work that way. I'm not talking about like something like a testosterone. That's different because sometimes that can be managed and that's a different story. Because people have like preconceived notions about how things are, and I hate that. I hate when I talk to someone who doesn't know about a subject, like they're an expert. I'm like, I don't know where to go with this. Every time anyone does that, it creates a barrier. It's like, oh, okay, I can't talk to you now. You show me who you are, I act accordingly. Anybody that does that, they're not showing their like intelligence, because intelligent people don't talk that way. They're just showing that they have like a fixed mindset, and you can't talk to them. They lose out. Every good piece of information I'm going to give you, I'm not giving anymore. It's a boundary. So, yeah. So I was like, oh my God, the only way for me to be successful, structure, routine, predictability, mundane, boring, everyday, adult scheduling. That's it. And I know, like, I'm going to be the best for my son. I'm going to have the best health. I'm going to have the best, I'm going to have the best possible outcome. So I have trauma. If I have trauma, I get symptoms of my illness when I encounter these erratic situations. If somebody creates an erratic situation in my life and causes me to feel symptoms of my illness, I can't be around that person. They're doing it deliberately. The worst part is when somebody's like aloof. I don't know. No. You do know, you know. So having people in my life that cause my life to be erratic, I can't have them in there. I gotta go. And if someone's doing it and they act aloof, like they don't know what they're doing, they're violating my boundary. Like even someone acting aloof or acting like they don't know what you're talking about, that's a behavior. If I tell you, please be here at 3 because I have to do this, this, and this, and you show up at 5, you violated my boundary. My whole day collapsed. You just took my routine and you like threw it out the window. So because of what happened yesterday, because I was like, oh my God, you exposed my father-in-law to the COVID maybe, and you were dishonest. And now all of the work that I was able to do this afternoon, I had to put off. Like my whole day everything was like awry. So I doubly suffered because all of the stuff that I had to get done, I couldn't do. And then I was just like, oh boy. And I fully, one of the things is it's hard for me when I deal with people who don't have empathy. I dealt with a person that didn't have empathy for me, so it's fine. And also I got upset. I got upset and I said things to this person and it was like no reaction. One of the weirdest things is like, somebody tells me I'm a terrible person. I'm like, why? Why am I a terrible person? Tell me what to do to fix it. And I told this person, I'm like, you're a terrible person. Nothing. No response. Imagine saying like terrible like adjectives to somebody and they don't even respond. Okay. I can't be the best mom I want to be if I'm in this erratic like situation. So there you go. But I can't be the best mom I want to be if I don't have the correct health. I don't need to like have to use coping skills every time I hang out with like specific like or every time I'm in specific situations, I don't have to use my coping skills. So weird. Anyway, all right, I'm talking too much. I hope everybody has an awesome day. Radical acceptance, compassion, loving kindness, mindfulness. Just be good to each other. That's all. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Namaste. Amor Fati.